Hello, I'm IBX and today I'm going to be talking about the new world size options for Minecraft Xbox One and PS4 that basically allow you to pick a size for your world rather than being stuck with just the default size. You can go anywhere from the last gen size all the way to the new massive 5000 by 5000 size. So we're going to be talking about the actual direct sizes for all of these ones in terms of blocks and chunks, because we have two of them confirmed, so we can kind of work out where the other ones will be. But we'll tell you why you might want to use each world size over the other ones, and we'll just be talking about world size in general. So if you're excited about next gen, this is probably an exciting video for you. So this is using Xbox One gameplay from E3, but it probably applies to PS4 too at the exact same level, because it's limited by the same size requirements. So this is all very similar to PS4, if not the same. But let's jump right into it with the large world size, because that's the one you're probably excited about. So the large world size, as we saw when he went into a game and just went all the way to the edge, is 2,592 in each direction from 0, 0. So if you can't do the simple maths there, that means it's 5,184 by 5,184 blocks, in a world, which is really, really, really big. To put that in perspective, I think that means you have to make about 5 maps in each direction from your starting map just to even get to an edge, which means you'll need something like 36, maybe even more maps total. It's ridiculous how many maps you need to get to the edge, and it's you're not going to explore everything in this world within a reasonable amount of time in survival. So this is the world you want if you want a biggest world as possible that's pretty much expansive and shows you everything. Just to give you a quick number in terms of chunks, it's over 100,000 chunks wide as opposed to the Xbox 60's 2,900 chunks. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff to be done. If you ever have any size constraint issues on Xbox, this is probably the one you want to go for. You can let people go to their own corners of the world, and the difficulty it would be to get to each side would be very, very insane. So also coming with this presumably would be a nether change to make the nether the same as the PC, where every one block in the nether is 16 blocks as opposed to 3 blocks in the console edition. It's going to be interesting actually, because the nethers will probably have to be different for each of these world sizes. But yeah, that's the large world size. It's the big exciting one that I have no doubt that most people will be using most of the time, and it's probably going to be it's the default kind of option for most people. So next we have the classic world size. The other world size we actually know directly how much it is. This presumably means classic as in Xbox 60, because Minecraft PC has never been limited. So this means that we're going to get an 864 by 864 world size option. For people that want to upgrade to next gen, get the graphics and stuff, but don't really want the bigger worlds because they like the small cozy worlds on the console. So this is for you, 864 by 864. Really, really small world, just to allow you to explore the entire thing, have the entire thing covered and stuff. And yeah, I think this world option will see a lot of use too, because I really like the fact that there's a limited world in some cases. I think I'm probably going to have a combination of 2 worlds, but this is the smallest world size, and again, because it's the other side of the spectrum, probably one we'll see a lot of use from. So next, we're going to go for small. So I think small is going to be slightly bigger than the classic, technically speaking, but it still means it's probably going to be a lot bigger when you consider how much bigger large is. So I assume this is going to be maybe double the size of classic. So we're talking 1600 by 1600 blocks, which means you can fit it on 4 maps. You can have 4 players have their own, Xbox 60 world essentially. And I would imagine this is so you can guarantee every world will have one of everything. So you'll definitely have one of each biome, or almost definitely, as well as the desert temples, the jungle temples, but still have a small, explorable, completely colonizable world. That you can actually get across, kind of like if you see my Let's Play world, that kind of thing, where you can actually transport across the entire thing with like a rail network or something, without having to go through ridiculous lengths. Because imagine trying to use a large world and getting a rail car across that it's going to take a lot of doing, and in multiplayer it's essentially just not going to work because of all the chunks you'd have to load. Whereas if you have a small world, then you get kind of some of the fun of that, but you can actually get across it while still having all the benefits of having a larger world. So that's where I'd see small fitting in into the actual grand scheme of things. So next, let's talk about medium, which is of course between small and large, and I'd imagine that medium is going to be, again, somewhere in between small and large, like just as far as the numbers go, which means it's going to be roughly 3,000 by 3,000, assuming these numbers are pretty accurate, because that gives you a really, really large world. That gives you an insane amount of blocks that you can explore and get to the edge of, but you can't really ever understand the entire thing. That'd fit the entire thing in about, I think 9 maps, so it's fairly small as far as that goes, but there's still so much in each one of those maps that you're going to require a lot of stuff if you're going to explore it all. I guess this would be for a multiplayer project. If you want to entirely cover the entire thing, you can kind of have your stuff separate but connected, while still feeling like kind of apart. I don't know that. It's hard to see entirely the use for medium and small, but I'm just trying to come up with them for now. So yeah, that's all the world sizes and what I think small, medium will be, as well as what we know classic and large will be. Let me know what you guys think you'll be using, because I've been considering it, and I really think what I prefer is honestly a smaller size than classic for doing my multiplayer stuff. And even if you were just to, invite some friends around, you get the entire max people in there, which by the way currently looks like it's 8, which kind of sucks. But you get every kind of friend in there and still have them all load the map reasonably fast. I like to see something like that, because right now you have to build a bedrock wall around it, which is really, really difficult. And just having the world automatically cut off could seem like a much, much easier tactic. We'll have to see if they do implement that, because I highly doubt they will, but I'd very much like that. So yeah, again, let me know what size you will probably be using. For survival, I'm probably just going to have large worlds, so I can be like, hey, that's everything I need, right? For creative, I'd probably just be using classic or small, because I can't imagine you ever needing to use that world size for creative, because even in a current Minecraft X60 world, if you craft over the entire thing, that's a lot of crafting. Maybe it's so your friends can have separate grids in creative, but really I don't see the use of it for outside of survival. It just seems like you'd get lost a lot more. So here's one fun thing about this, is if you join a friend's world, the problem where you currently spawn, like in the middle, all the way away from where he is, that gets a lot worse now, because if you think about it, if he's all the way at the edge, 2,500 blocks away, that's going to be a real fun trek to make at night time without any food, weapons, or armor. So just some things to consider for you right there. I'm just going to let the rest of the gameplay play, and then my outro will go. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you some other time.